Hello there. I know I don't have much. I have a life too. So, what am I here with the video that's clearly not about book updates, comic updates, TV updates, yada yada, etc. So, I kind of had this idea to discuss whether art is objective or subjective. What do I think art is? Subjective. Yeah, and there really is an argument, but this is really just why I think art is not objective but subjective. Why do I think art is subjective? Well, see, a thing can be technically well produced, whether it be a movie, TV show, book, comic, video game, podcast, music song, album, manga, anime, whatever it is, yada yada. It can be technically well put together and produced. But that doesn't really affect the quality of its storytelling, you know? And I feel like that when it comes to criticism, people will often end up kind of getting quality production all mixed up and claiming that art is objective, or else it's a spit in the face to the writers who worked hard. Because, believe it or not, I actually got a reply about that. Oh, you can't compare Lord of the Rings to Transformers, and spit in the face to the writers. On a reply on a review. And, I don't know, it's just when I feel when it comes to people who say art is objective, well, no, of course not everyone, but I just feel when it comes to this, people will have the tendency to be elitist in their tastes of oh, you like The Notebook over Mad Men or The Wire or The Sopranos. Your taste is objectively shit. And I just feel that, it's just very elitist and kind of almost classist in a way. Because, sure, you can like The Wire and Sopranos better than The Notebook or vice versa, or any other medium. But just because you might like certain things over other things doesn't make your taste objectively bad, because really, there is no good or bad taste, or good or bad acting, or good or bad writing. It's really all subjective, because, for a story, yes, you have control over what content you put in your story, but you don't really have the control over, who reacts to it and how they react to it. Because people, we vary. We have different tastes, different opinions, different subject matters we like to talk about, different things we're passionate about. We're different. Even if we really share one opinion in common, chances are, half the time we probably won't even have the same opinion on something. For example, the YouTuber RTV, who I occasionally watch. I'm subscribed to so many YouTube channels that, I don't keep up with everyone, but he personally really hates the band Imagine Dragons. For me, I personally really like them, and they're my favorite band of all time. But I'm not gonna, be an asshole about it and act like he's a piece of shit for not liking my favorite band. It's just different opinions. We both have different tastes in subject matters. He has a more, very broad wave of, music he likes, and that's why I like him, because, he has, a lot of, sorry for my little stutter there, but very broad taste of music, and that's why I really appreciate his taste. I wish I had that amount of taste, but I don't. I have my personal things. When it comes to genres of TV shows and books, yes, I'll watch anything. Well, not porn. Not erotica, what I mean. That just seems boring to me. I don't want a long drawn out erotica story. I just personally don't care for that. And no, speaking of stories and stuff, I want to get this little rant off my mind. And it's with award shows. I really fucking hate them. I don't watch them because whenever an award show, rolls out, it doesn't matter. Whether it be the Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, whatever award show, there's always going to be people who are endlessly complaining of, oh, Hereditary or Midsommar wasn't nominated, oh, The Weeknd wasn't nominated, oh, this wasn't nominated, that wasn't nominated, Ariana got fucked over because she wasn't nominated for a Grammy a couple years ago. And look, I understand. We all like our certain things, and we would love to see certain things get nominated and recognized for the talent that at least we see them as. But something that doesn't ever get nominated, it doesn't mean that that's off if lower quality. Sorry that I keep stuttering. I always try to pause them out and edit them out. But something doesn't have to have an award to show that, like, oh, it has talent, it's qualified. No, award shows do not give a shit about people's tastes, and whatever claims that they might have of objectivity or whatever, they're not. Just because something has an award doesn't mean that it's automatically good or well acclaimed. Like, shit. Crash got shit because it was nominated over, Brokeback Mountain, and people considered that to be, like, inferior to Brokeback Mountain. But, like, that kind of, like, proves that award shows aren't always about quality or the best quality. It's really just kind of a popularity contest, And I don't know, I just feel like that when people, like, go on about it, like, okay, it's fine to have your opinion, but then I'm just kind of annoyed because it's like, yeah, but, like, why do you care if this thing gets nominated? Like, that doesn't mean that it's of all of a sudden inferior quality. Like, because like I said earlier, quality is subjective. Like, for example, the show Slasher, I don't like. I think it's just cliche and trite, and it doesn't really have a good story in both the seasons I have seen. But I know that some people do like the show, and that's completely fine. But personally, for me, I didn't like it. But see, that's the thing. We all have different tastes, like I said. So, a show will appeal to certain amounts of people, or people will find certain things in the show or a book or whatever to appeal to them. It just didn't appeal to me. Or the show Power, which I recently just finished, like, I didn't really care for that show. There was a couple good elements that I found with the character of Tasha. I thought she was really well realized, and I liked her story arc. Did she make decisions that I always agree with? No. But I liked her character overall. But the show I just found to be a tropey, soap opera style show that was so over the top, annoying, with just annoying tropes that I've seen it done a dozen times before, with characters who I really couldn't give a shit about. And a certain fan favorite character, Tommy, I just came to really not like because he was just so stupid, idiotic, prone to being manipulated, so easy to be manipulated, that I just really did not like his character. No offense to the actor, Sakura, I think he's a good actor. I just didn't think he was a great character, nor a lot of the other characters either. But I know the show was very successful to Starz, because Power was Starz' most successful show and got the highest ratings, which is why it got, like, literally 4 fucking spin-offs. Like, why that many? Oh, because you gotta milk something because it was so popular? But see, obviously, it found its audience and its fan base, and okay, cool for you for that. Personally, I'm not one of them, but I'm not gonna, like, say, oh, you're shit because you didn't like Power, or you... Oh, sorry for that. What I meant to say was that I'm not gonna shit on you just because you like Power, or you're a fan of Power, or it's one of your favorite shows. That's fine. If you like the show, or even if it's one of your favorite shows, good for you. Okay, good for you. You found something in the show to enjoy and like that I personally didn't. And that's fine, because we all have our different tastes, so I just think it's not productive to shit on someone just because they don't like the same things as you. Like, come on, like... Anyways, there's a certain book that I'm still reading, Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I've been wanting to read that book for a very long time, because, well, the author's from my town. So, yeah. Hopefully I'll be back to update y'all with what I'm reading and what I'm watching, and, see ya.